Jessica Sanchez's life has always moved like a song, sometimes rising like a powerful crescendo, sometimes pausing in quiet, thoughtful interludes, but always flowing forward with a melody shaped by determination and hope. Long before she became a global name, her life resembled a musical map, one that led her through stages bright with applause and moments dimmed by uncertainty. Yet each note, each breath, each chapter eventually guided her toward the moment she now calls her greatest triumph: the birth of her daughter, Eliana Mae Gallardo. The year 2025 had already become one of the most extraordinary years of Jessica's life. She had conquered one of the most demanding platforms in the world, America's Got Talent, walking away as the season 20 champion. The victory was more than a career milestone. It was a personal awakening. Just a month after her historic win, her life transformed in an even deeper way when she welcomed her first child with her husband and longtime partner, Ricky Gallardo. It was a moment that felt like another standing ovation. This time, not from millions watching a stage, but from life itself. Eliana Mae's arrival on October 13th, 2025, felt like the final verse of a long-awaited song, one composed in the quiet hours between rehearsals, in whispered prayers backstage, and in the soft hum of hope that Jessica carried within herself long before she realized she was pregnant. Her daughter's name was chosen with intention, wrapped in history and heart. The first name, Eliana, symbolized gratitude and divine timing, the kind of blessing that arrives only after waiting with faith. Mae, taken from Jessica's grandmother, carried the weight of family heritage, representing the woman who first placed music in Jessica's hands when she was just a little girl in Chula Vista. Together, the names formed a bridge between generations, past wisdom shaping future promise. The months leading up to the birth were nothing short of cinematic. Jessica's journey into motherhood unfolded under the same stage lights that had witnessed her biggest artistic breakthrough. While millions watched her deliver breathtaking performances on AGT, few realized she was performing not just as an artist, but as an expectant mother. She stood on stage 9 months pregnant, radiant, courageous, and unwavering. Her voice steady even as her body carried new life within it. The audience saw a star shining. She felt a heartbeat growing. Every week of the competition seemed to test both her strength and her spirit. By the time she reached the finale, she had become a symbol of resilience. She did not speak about exhaustion or discomfort. Instead, she transformed every challenge into art. Even the judges repeatedly acknowledged that she performed like someone carrying more than dreams. She was carrying a future. Her voice soared as if fueled by something larger than ambition. In truth, she was singing for two. When the confetti fell during the grand finale and she held the AGT trophy, Jessica felt something unusual. An awareness that this victory was not the end of her journey, but the beginning of another. She had spent years chasing musical perfection. Now she had found a different kind of fulfillment, the quiet, nurturing rhythm of motherhood. After winning AGT, she retreated from the stage and into a more personal world. The bright lights were replaced by the warm glow of a nursery lamp. Instead of rehearsing complicated vocal runs, she hummed soft lullabies to an unborn child who kicked in response to every melody. For the first time in her life, applause was not the soundtrack of her days. Anticipation was. The moment she finally held Eliana in her arms, Jessica felt everything inside her shift. The triumphs, heartbreaks, auditions, tours, and years of struggle suddenly made sense. Every step of her journey had guided her here. She looked at her daughter and felt as though she was holding her purpose, the most meaningful role she would ever play. In those first few days, while recovering and adjusting to the overwhelming tenderness of new motherhood, Jessica took to social media to share her joy. Instead of a glamorous performance photo, she posted a gentle image with her newborn. And although she didn't need words to express how she felt, the short message she wrote resonated across the internet. Fans, friends, musicians, and millions of supporters reacted instantly. It felt as though the world paused for a moment to celebrate with her. But behind the public celebration was a deeply personal journey few had seen fully. Jessica's road to this moment had been long and winding. a path lined with victories but also shadows. She had first captured the world's attention when she was just a teenager. Her time on American Idol introduced her to millions and marked the beginning of a career filled with breathtaking performances and just as many challenges. Despite finishing as the runner-up, she struggled to find her place in the music industry afterward. There were years of waiting, periods of doubt, performances that went unnoticed, and moments where she questioned whether the world still remembered her voice. But she kept going. Each small stage she stood on, each small audience she sang for, each new opportunity she fought to create was a testament to her persistence. And then came AGT, an unexpected second chance, a revival of everything she had worked for. When she took the stage for her audition, she carried the weight of every dream she had ever held. What she didn't know then was that she was also carrying a life that would redefine her future. Her performance during the Golden Buzzer round became one of the most talked about moments of the season. The audience watched a powerful artist deliver a breathtaking rendition of a beloved song, unaware that behind her confidence was a secret. Her heart was beating in sync with a smaller, fragile heart inside her. After the performance, when she shared the news that she was expecting, the world felt as if it had witnessed history. In that moment, her tears told a deeper story, a story of endurance, faith, and the beauty of embracing change even in the midst of pressure. Her husband, Ricky Gallardo, had been her anchor through every twist in her career. Their relationship had started years earlier at a charity event in the Philippines, where both had been working on a project dedicated to young musicians. Their shared passion for art formed the foundation of a partnership that would grow into something unbreakable. Ricky became more than her partner. He became her collaborator, advisor, protector, and the quiet force behind her most powerful performances. When Jessica learned she was pregnant, he was the first person she told. He supported her through rehearsals, stayed backstage during every show, and whispered calm encouragement during moments of fear or exhaustion. Their bond deepened even further as they prepared to become parents. While Jessica rehearsed with AGT musicians, Ricky worked on melodies for future songs inspired by their daughter. While she performed under blinding lights, he imagined the gentle glow of a nursery. They were two halves of the same harmony, creating art and creating a home at the same time. And when Eliana finally arrived, Ricky reacted with the same emotional depth he had carried throughout Jessica's pregnancy. Friends and followers saw glimpses of the father he was becoming through the heartfelt updates he posted online. In the first photo he shared of Jessica holding their newborn, everything seemed painted in soft colors, like a scene from a music video they had unknowingly prepared for years. It was tender, peaceful, and full of gratitude. But the beauty of their story did not end there. Jessica's journey into motherhood began shaping her in ways she had never anticipated. In the last quiet weeks before giving birth, she had been thinking deeply about the direction of her music career. The stage had made her a global figure, but motherhood was teaching her a new kind of wisdom. She began composing gentle melodies, songs filled not with heartbreak or ambition, but with warmth, tenderness, and the quiet awe of watching new life unfold. The early days with Eliana were not perfect. There were sleepless nights, overwhelming emotions, and moments of uncertainty. But Jessica embraced each experience the same way she had embraced her artistic struggles, with resilience and grace. Instead of seeing motherhood as a pause in her career, she saw it as a transformation. She believed it would enrich her music, deepen her storytelling, and make her voice even more heartfelt. Her fans could sense this change. Millions who had followed her journey for years now saw her stepping into a new chapter with the same strength she had always shown. Her Filipino-American supporters, in particular, reacted with enormous pride. They felt connected not only to her success, but to her identity, her heritage, and the legacy she was creating for the next generation.